You have been responded.
Okay, is that the news you wanted to tell me?
This is just the news that we're sharing with everybody out there.
I thought there was a surprise for me.
No, there's not going to be a surprise for you every week.
No, you made it seem like there was a surprise upstairs.
No, I didn't say there was a surprise. I just
You're
said
like, I wanted to do this, but I want you to see what it is.
I just like to get your reaction live while we record.
There's no reaction for that.
What's going on, everybody? We want to welcome you to episode 13 of the Jacob and Ashley Show.
The Ashley and Jacob Show.
And we're here every Tuesday trying to tell you about what we think kind of sometimes matters in the nerd space. We're going to get right into it. I'm excited today, and I don't know why, because today has been horrible, but it's all good. Ayish!
Yeah.
What you been doing?
Well, I've just been trying to find a game to just be into.
Oh.
I've been struggling.
You are in a game hole.
I am. I was playing, what's that one game?
Horizon Zero Dawn?
No.
Well, that's what you beat to get into the game hole.
Yes, that is true. But then I started playing, what's that one game that I just started last week?
Last week, Cozy Grove.
Cozy Grove. I don't know why I can never remember that name. But I started playing Cozy Grove and I like it, but it's a little slow. I didn't realize. This is the one thing I did not realize. Like, okay. I understood that people were saying that Cozy Grove was like Animal Crossing, but I didn't realize, because in the article I read, they didn't point this out, or at least I missed it. I didn't realize they meant like you play Cozy Grove during the day. Like the time span goes as an actual day. It's
a real-time game versus a game where you can play multiple days at the same time, like Stardew Valley.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So you basically play, and then once you run out of things to do, then there's nothing to do.
Ah. Well, that's the thing. Just jump in for like a half hour, and back out.
I know, but like when I just get into doing stuff, it is done. And then I'm like, I don't want to play this anymore.
They want to get the meat hooks in you if you play every day.
But the meat hooks ain't staying in, because once I start getting revved up, like, this is cool.
Okay.
I'm like, it's over. I've done everything I can do. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, I'm still going to keep trying it and seeing if I like it, but I'm just not, I don't know. I feel like those kind of games make me feel like I'm obligated to play, or I'll miss out on things.
Okay.
And I don't like those kind of games.
I understand. What else have you been playing then in your game hole?
In my game hole, I've tried. What other games did I try?
You tried Fallout 76 today. You made a character twice.
New Vegas.
Sorry, I keep saying that. Fallout New Vegas. You made a character twice.
Yeah.
Because you goofed up on the skills.
Yeah. It was kind of boring.
It's the beginning, and you had to roll your character twice.
But even the start of the story, it just like, usually the start of a story gets me hooked into like wanting to know what happened.
You don't want to find your killer, the guy that killed you?
You mean the guy that tried to kill me?
I mean, all intents and purposes, you're a dead woman.
But I'm alive.
You're alive. But you ain't Jesus, huh?
Shut up. No.
Because on the third day. Okay, sorry, wrong space.
No. It just wasn't that interesting to me. And the graphics are blah because it's old.
The graphics are blah because it's old, but it still looks better than Outer Worlds.
No.
You can go back and
like,
re-download.
Okay, it might look better than Outer Worlds, but when it comes to like the script and the wording and how things go, it just seems a little more clunky to me than
take my word for it. You have to get a little bit deeper than where you are right now.
Okay.
Right now, you are literally 5 minutes into the game.
What else
I know you
try?
did all that creation stuff, but you're not that far into it. I think the only other thing you played, was it something on Game Pass?
I tried a couple of things on Game Pass this week, but I don't remember what it was. Didn't I? Or maybe I didn't.
No, you watched me play some things on Game Pass.
I watched you play some games. Yeah.
But so far, yeah, because I mean, you really haven't wanted to play anything this week.
I tried.
It's all right. You know, you'll find a game. Have you done anything else outside of gaming?
No.
Dag.
No.
So that's Ashley.
It's been an off week for me.
You ain't even watched no anime without me?
Nope. I mean, I tried to force you to watch that one anime that I watched back in the day called Zammed.
Yeah.
And I think you just weren't into it because you were so into playing Dishonored.
No, it wasn't just that. It was, I didn't want to start a new anime. We have so much on the backlog.
But it was a good anime.
We have One Piece. We have My Hero Academia, which we have to catch up on the last season and get started on the new season. We have Slime. And we have, I think there's one more anime.
Yeah, the one where it's like the overly powered dude goes to a level 1 town or something.
Yeah, that's right. What happens when a character from the last dungeon, Boonies, moves to a starter town?
Boonies, not booties.
Yes, Boonies. That's what I said.
It sounded like you said booties for a minute.
No, I'm saying Boonies.
Okay.
Do not get us demonetized from the monetization we currently do not have.
First of all, why would booties get us demonetized?
I don't know. So that's what Ash has been doing, trying to find a game.
And Jacob, what have you been doing?
I've been playing Dishonored via Game Pass.
Stuck on it.
Oh,
Sorta.
Yeah.
You've kind of been jumping in and out.
I have. It's a really good jump in and out game, and Xbox's quick resume. I think you can hold, like 5 games in the queue at one time.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
This is the thing. So when you go back to home, you can just go and start another game. Xbox will keep in your queue a certain number of games. So right now, if I wanted to go jump back in Forza, it would literally quick resume exactly to where I was at.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I've been using that.
That's pretty sweet.
Oh man, I know. And Dishonored is a really good game for that. It's like, oh, I'm playing and I'm like, I don't feel like stealthing right now. And I'll just go. And I was like, I'm going to play some Halo. And I get back like, okay, let me get back in Dishonored. And I'll just jump back in. And I'll literally just jump back in within seconds.
Yeah. You've also been playing Final Fantasy.
Well,
13?
we're gonna talk about that in a little bit.
Oh,
later.
I thought we'll stick
to Dishonored for now. Yeah. It's a
Sorry,
little tease.
y'all.
That's a little tease for y'all. But yeah, Dishonored is a stealth game. It's one of the games. First of all, stealth is probably my most favorite genre of all video games of all time. And I played Dishonored on the PS3, and I actually got all the way to the end. You need to silence your phone, by the way.
I just did.
Okay, thank you. So I got all the way to the end of Dishonored, and then my PS3 died.
That's the same thing that happened to me when I was playing God of War.
Yeah, it wasn't because of Dishonored. I was playing something else when it died. But when my old PS3 went out, it just went out and took everything with it, and I didn't want to get back into Dishonored. So I'm getting back in. I just did the Pendleton brothers. I actually managed to do the entire mission without being seen and without killing anybody. And I did the same thing in the first mission. Well, I was seen by 3 people. You go open the door because you have to go handle them. And I was like, she's like, go handle the people at the door. And I just go open them. And I was like, oh, they're there. So I just like sleep dart. And then just like threw them in the street.
Have you killed anyone?
Nope.
He's a pacifist.
Not even the Weepers. Yeah, when I play stealth games, I'm a straight pacifist.
Yes.
Yeah. Because people got families to go back to, yo. So.
Yeah, in those video game worlds,
right.
They got to go back to their video game families.
That's right. We're going to move on from our opening segment, and we're going to move over to what we've been co-oping together, working title. First thing on the docket, we got Masked Singer. We were actually 2 episodes behind Ashley because we did not talk about last week. So spoiler for 2 weeks ago episode. I don't even keep track of all this.
It's the week before last.
If I'm looking at the calendar, this is for March 7th episode. Okay, so March 7th episode, we're about to spoil that right now. Nick Cannon went home.
Yep.
And it was kind of funny because when he was going up, I forget what was he? Was he another dog or something like that? A bulldog?
Yeah, he was a bulldog.
Yeah, he's a bulldog. And he was going up. I was like, when I heard him talk, because Nick Cannon has a very, very, very particular cadence to the way that he speaks. And I was telling Ashley, I was like, that's Nick Cannon. That's Nick Cannon. Then he started singing.
Yeah.
And he was singing in that goofy voice.
Yeah, I didn't believe it until he started singing. I was like,
oh, that's Toast Nick Cannon.
That is
And then she sent him home. I was like, Dad. I'm pretty sure that episode was just a way to get Nick Cannon back into
hosting.
Yeah, back into hosting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but then we had another week, and they had a new wild card this week.
Yep.
Which was the
Yeti.
The Yeti. Now, first of all, I think the Yeti's my favorite costume so far. Like when they brought him out in that cage and stuff like that. But we're really trying really hard to figure out who it is. Ashley thinks it's either Marcus Houston or Omarion. I think the panel
it's the
said
younger one, Omarion.
Panel said Ray J, but his voice is too young though.
Omarion, it doesn't matter. He can still sing like higher though.
Yeah, he can sing higher. Like Usher can sing higher, but I know Usher's older. When you get older, your voice just get a different timbre to it.
He's younger than all of them, so he might still be able to carry it.
I'm gonna look it up.
Omarion is the youngest of all of them. He was the little brother of Marcus Houston.
I don't think he's that young though.
I mean, he's not that young. He's older than us.
How old is Omarion?
He's like my brother's age.
Omarion is 36.
Told you.
He's older than us.
I bet.
That dude, whoever it was on today, was in their 20s, early 20s.
If it is, I don't know who it is.
Also, they were singing a very, very 90s song, so that may have thrown you off a little bit.
I really need to get back into like celebrities because when it comes to the younger people that are younger than us or like maybe a little younger than us and past that, I don't know them at all. Like when they have like YouTubers come on besides Ninja, I'm like, who is this person?
Yeah.
They're famous?
Yeah. And then I mean, I don't think you have to be like supercharged into celebrities. You know what I mean?
To hear somebody's voice, you do. Like the people who come from our generation, I usually guess them pretty quickly or like above our generation.
Okay. So let's talk about not guessing people, because you are normally the person I lean on when it comes to guesses. And even the panel couldn't even figure it out this time. Yeah. And it was Sugar Ray frontman Mark McGrath that was the orca and that went home. That
threw me off. Like I totally forgot about him. There's some people that you just forget about.
That's funny.
It is. I mean, it's not because they're forgettable people. There's just so many celebrities you just can't remember them.
I understood what you meant. I'm just saying, like it's just kind of hilarious to me.
Yeah.
But
and then there's the Russian dolls that we still think is Jonas Brothers entirely.
Jonas Brothers singing.
If
falsetto.
they're not, I'm going to be just
shocked.
Like blown out of the water.
I will be utterly shocked.
I don't even know who it would be.
And then the Shell, I'm still on the Jennifer Lopez train.
This episode made me think that it may not be her, but I'm not. I'm still going to lean that way.
I'm still going strong on the Jen, because if I get that guess, that's the one guess that I've ever gotten right from the get go.
Right.
Besides Nick Cannon, but that didn't count.
And who was the other person? It's the Russian doll,
Robopine. We still don't know who Robopine is.
I had a guess.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Didn't I?
I'm done guessing.
I thought I made a guess this season. I mean, this episode.
I'm gonna see the next time they sing. I will have a guess.
Oh.
But I don't know yet.
I said I thought it was JoJo from Casey and JoJo.
You did say JoJo from Casey and JoJo. Because
one of them got like a little raspy voice. I can't remember if it's JoJo or Casey. But I know one of them's not tall enough to probably be Robopine. Nor do I know if they're. I know one of them was having some issues. I don't know if they're back on track or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just know they're older. How old are they?
They are. One was born in 1969. One was born in 1971. So they don't meet the requirements. No. They're not in their 60s.
Okay, so I'm wrong.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to move on from that. The next thing that we watched was Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about light spoilers. Actually, we're going to talk about spoilers. By now, most people that wanted to see it have seen it. So if you want to avoid spoilers for Godzilla Kong, please jump to the timestamp below. All right. So, Ashley.
Yeah.
Here's my problem with the recent Godzilla movies. I understand that they want to put the human element into it. But when I go see these movies, I don't watch these movies for the plot.
Okay.
I watch these movies because I want to see big monsters go boom, boom, bang, bang, slap, slap, breath from mouth.
Kablooey.
Yes, kablooey, pow, pow, bang, bang, explosion. I want to turn my brain off, saliva drooling out of my mouth while I watch giant explosions. That's all I want to see.
That's clearly a male thing because I can only take so much kablooey, bam, bam, bang, bang, all that stuff.
I mean, you can make it an hour and a half of kablooey, bang, bang, boom, pow, 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 and I'd be like, yeah.
I mean, if it was just King Kong and Godzilla just fighting the whole time and no sort of plot, we just see them fighting. They just box it out like they are in the boxing ring in Las Vegas. I'm like, no, that's not a movie.
In the corner, we have towering over 150 feet, reptilian lizard, blue-spined, wonder of the seas, Godzilla. And in this corner, we have the Challenger, towering over 140 feet, hairy as can be. Don't call him an ape because he's a Kong, King Kong.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Nobody wants to see that.
First of all, they used to do this with general plots. Like in kung fu movies, it'd be like, we have to go and save my grandfather, and they just go kick butt the whole time.
But guess what?
They give you little twists in different areas, and I just want, and if they were just fighting all across the earth in different areas, like if kung fu movies could do it, they could do it. The ending battle, because we all knew that it wasn't. First of all, let's talk about this. Godzilla won twice. He won twice. Godzilla won twice. In your face, he won twice.
First of all, the first one does not count.
Yeah,
because
the second one does.
The first one doesn't count because King Kong was clearly out of his element.
Okay.
He is a freaking ginormous
gorilla.
gorilla.
I can't help that he can't
Gorillas
swim.
are
Can't
literally 100% muscle mass. They just sink like a rock. That's not fair.
It's not my fault that he was trolling on the ocean. Then they should have flown him.
He didn't put himself there. You think he would have chose to fight somebody in water?
I'm just saying.
Either way, King Kong, at least even though King Kong lost, I'm going to say this, at least he's smart and not some ravaging monster.
He is very smart.
At least he's smart, and he actually outsmarted Godzilla multiple times.
Yes, but still, raw power and brute strength.
It wasn't really raw power. It was kind of like, it was almost like cheating. It was basically like,
first of all,
wait,
one of them brought a weapon to the fight.
No. One, they both brought weapons to the fight.
No, Godzilla, that was all internal logistics.
No, it doesn't matter. It's a weapon. It's literally a ginormous laser beam.
If he can generate it from his body, it is not considered a weapon.
It doesn't matter.
Please see the Dragon Ball Fighters tournament, okay? For the World Martial Arts Tournament for the rules. So if you can generate it from your body,
Jacob,
it is not considered
this
a
isn't
weapon.
Dragon Ball. This is not
key
Dragon
blasts,
Ball. No.
energy beams, lasers.
Nope.
This is all considered fair game.
No, it's not. It's
Outside
not fair.
weapons are
because
usually
guess
forbidden.
what? Original Godzilla didn't have daggone fire beams.
That ain't my fault.
Yes, it is. They
Actually,
made him
he did
have
have
that.
fire beams. He had fire beams.
No, he did not.
Yes,
The
he did.
original
Yes,
Godzilla.
he did.
The very first Godzilla did not have laser beams. Go look it up.
I'm pretty sure if he didn't have them from his mouth, he
Eventually,
had them from his, I thought
they
he had
gave
them
him
from his eyes.
Eventually, they gave him fire. I think they did give him laser eyes at one point.
Godzilla laser beam.
No, you should put up original Godzilla.
Yes, but only the legendary Godzilla and Shin Godzilla.
That's not the originals.
That is not.
Told you. So either way, it's basically Godzilla had a gun and King Kong had a knife. Okay? That's not fair. That was an unfair fight.
I can't help it that you chose Team Kong.
I'll always choose Kong. I don't care. I'm like that little girl that sat there and was like, save him silently, because but still, I'm always gonna root for Godzilla. I mean, for King Kong.
All right.
I like them both.
You like them both?
But I like King Kong the most.
All right. My only problem, first of all, we knew that Mechagodzilla was coming.
I didn't.
Once you saw the corporation get involved and Kong starting to attack them, you kind of was like, I think it's going to be Mecha, because it was like it didn't make sense for Godzilla to be attacking them. I thought it was interesting that they used the head of, I think it was Ghidorah. Ghidorah, don't quote me on that.
You know what I realized?
Yeah, it was King Ghidorah. So they used Ghidorah's head for the monster, and that's basically what took over Mecha Godzilla. And I think the fight itself was pretty good. I just think like once you just have this whole movie, I just think the payoff wasn't as good for me sitting in the movie and watching people be people for the whole movie when I wanted to see monster.
I don't think it made no sense, honestly, because when it came to King Kong going and fighting Mechazilla, he tore him up. Like,
talking about King Kong?
Yes.
You talking about at the very end?
Yes.
That's only because Godzilla charged his hammer with his breath.
But why? I don't understand. It was already, when he was fighting Godzilla, it was charged. It had died off after he had hit him. But he was using the axe to fight Godzilla, and Godzilla is like flesh and meat and bones.
Yeah, but
so why didn't he cut his arms off?
They're stronger than human materials. That's a human-made thing.
I mean, it's metal.
Yeah, but it's a human-made thing. They literally tear through buildings as sport.
That's true.
So I think they're clearly more resilient than metal. They get shot by guns and bullets and bombs.
That don't even make sense. What the heck are they made of? I don't even think they made of flesh like other animals.
Whatever's at the core of that earth. We'll keep this review short because we got a lot to go through today.
Yeah.
For my rating of Godzilla Kong, I'm gonna give it a 5.
Why are we rating it 1 out of 10?
Well, that's what we do. We just rate it 1 out of 10.
I don't like that.
What do you want to do? You want to give it a B, C, D?
No, like F? five something. What's something nerdy?
Something nerdy? 5 glasses.
That's what I thought of in my head earlier.
I give it 2.5 pairs of glasses.
That's bad.
Out of 5.
That's why I didn't say it out loud.
I'm a glasses user. What?
That's why I didn't say it out loud, because I was like, "That's horrible. It's horrible."
I'm not offended. I wear glasses.
I'm not saying anything about being offended. I just don't think it's good.
Okay, so scratch glasses. So what is in our arbitrary ranking system? What are we using then? That you want to drop down to 5,
well,
and you want to
if it's for monkeys, if it's for movies.
That's it. I give it 2.5 monkeys out of 5.
If it's for
not
movies,
monkeys, okay.
If it's for movies, we could do popcorn buckets.
No, everybody does popcorn buckets.
Okay, what about movie tickets?
Fine, popcorn buckets. All right, so popcorn buckets. Is that what you want to go with? You're just hungry. You just ate popcorn last night.
No, I'm not hungry. I was trying to think of something that referred to movies, but it's nerdy. I don't know.
Tell you what, we'll just make up an arbitrary thing each time, and that's what it will be.
5. What's something that has to do with Godzilla and
this
Kong?
time we can use 2.5 Kong axes out of 5.
That's what I was thinking about doing.
2.5. So I give this movie then 2.5 Kong axes out of 5. Ashley, what is your rating?
I'll give it. I almost want to give it the same because I was kind of bored for like the first half of the movie.
Ugh.
I'll say
not enough punching. That's why I gave it. By the way, hold on, because you did cut me off. Wasn't enough punching. If they would have put more punching in the movie, more bang bang shooty shoots, then I would have been in there.
I just want
a little bit more.
You said all that already.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that people know. It's a succinct version.
Anyways, okay, so I liked it because I enjoy King Kong.
Mm-hmm.
He's my favorite,
and
I love seeing him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it a 3 because King Kong lived in the end.
You're gonna give it,
and he
3?
got to go back home instead of being tortured in some sort of facility like all the other movies.
So 3.
I actually don't know what all the other movies ended like.
So 3 King Kong axes out of 5.
Yes. 3 King Kong axes out of 5.
All right. And that is our rankings and our ratings and our review for Godzilla versus Kong. All right, y'all. Now we got 3 episodes to catch up on Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think technically 4 for the show.
Yeah.
So I think we only did the first one, and then we kind of went dark. We had Easter week and my birthday, and the week after my birthday, so we just kind of like went ghost on real episodes. So we got craziness has happened. They busted Zemo out of jail. Worked with Zemo. They found Sharon Carter. They went to Madripoor. After that, John, what's that boy that's about to be
John
USA?
Walker?
Yeah, thank you. John Walker kept getting increasingly more unstable. And the super soldier serum that he ended up taking makes you even more unstable. So it culminated in episode 4 with him killing a member of the Flag Smashers in broad daylight with the edge of the shield.
He saw red. He went crazy.
Yeah, he did. And then that leads us into episode 5. Oh yeah, we also saw the
Wakandans.
We saw the Wakandans. Man, the Dora Milaje. We saw the Dora Milaje out there busting the whole room down.
They tore them
Deactivated
up.
Bucky. Did you see that Falcon actually just grabbed a seat like he was about to just watch the fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I'm just going to sit down and watch this. Bucky was like, no. She was like, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Arm was like, plop, and just fell off.
Yeah, he knew. He was like, you know what? We just should not do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you're a super soldier, but it ain't going to happen.
Yep. So, and then they go try to talk to Carly, and then John Walker crashes it, and he's like,
he does that before he...
Right. This is before. I'm
Kill
just
the guy.
jumping around. I'm jumping all the way around, y'all, because we're going to get to episode 5 in a minute. And it's just basically John Walker is a hardline stance, and you see, actually, we're going to go to episode 5. So from now, we're about to start with our episode 5 review.
Can I say something real quick though?
Go ahead. Anything from episodes 2 to 4.
I want to say something about Zemo.
Okay.
I actually really, really like Zemo. Okay. I don't know why, but I do. Even though he is semi crazy, there's something. I think it's just his personality. Like, even though he's like crazy, he's still. I don't know if he's being condescending when he does polite things.
I mean,
or what?
I would say it's because he stands on his convictions. You know what I mean? Like, this is who I am. And I will, even though he will do anything to achieve it, which makes him a villain. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's basically like, I have this ideology about super soldiers that I just don't like super soldiers, and I don't like the symbols that they become.
Right.
You know, I agree with you. I think Zemo is top 3 Marvel villains for me.
Yeah. I don't usually like villains, like, ever. There's like very few that I like, actually. So,
Thanos, for me, it's Thanos, Killmonger, then Zemo, in that order.
Why do you like Thanos?
They gave Thanos his own movie. Like, I'm talking about like being able to relate to them and just enjoying a good villain. They gave Thanos his own movie in Infinity War. So you literally got to walk through an entire thing of Thanos doing Thanos stuff. Yeah. And then from there, and then Killmonger, even though Black Panther is a phenomenal superhero, Killmonger kind of did show Black Panther up in his own movie. And the thing about a great villain is a good villain always has a good reason for why they're doing things. It's just that they get it twisted when it comes to the means to the end, and they just basically get this warped mindset, and they're like, well, I'm gonna just do it by any means necessary, and I don't care who gets hurt, and I don't care what I'm doing, and I'm just gonna run it the way that I want to do it to make the world better as I see fit. Right. I think Killmonger and his entire story, I'm just mad that they killed him. I was really mad at that. I was like, but yeah, so Zemo is definitely top 3. I agree with that. All right, so we're going to move into episode 5. So if you don't want to see spoilers or hear about spoilers for episode 5, jump out now. Ain't much to talk about, but yeah. So we had John Walker. Actually, there is something to talk about. John Walker gets court-martialed. They actually did him really dirty. I thought they were just going to strip him of his captain status and discharge him. They, other than honorably so he wasn't dishonorably discharged, but they took all his veteran benefits away.
Yeah. I feel like they had to do that though, because like they said, it was literally an international assault.
Yeah.
I'm like, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Not in your waters.
Yeah. But then right after that, Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Who the heck is that?
The woman from Seinfeld.
Ah, yeah, she came along.
Yeah. Do you know what character she was playing?
Who? I don't know.
She was playing Madam Hydra.
Really? I don't know who she is,
Yes,
but
her
wow.
name is Madam. Well, her name in the comics, that's her is Madam. Her code name is Madam Hydra.
Was she married to the Mr. Hydra?
No, Hydra is an organization. But it just basically, I don't know if it's them saying that Hydra is still around, or if it's just saying her character is around, because she's a plotter and stuff like Zemo. Like, it's just like she just knows how to manipulate and run things.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah, she was kind of annoying.
I think she's supposed to be, because she
course.
just knows so much about everything, and you don't know anything about her.
Yeah. I don't understand what's up with people joining people like that. I'm like, if I don't know nothing about you, I'm not gonna be on your side.
Well, because she knows so much about what's going on. She knew about the fact that he had taken the super serum, and she had knew a lot of other stuff that was going on. We can skip to the end with John Walker, because we can talk about the fact that he was forging his own shield. And in the comics, he actually becomes U.S. agent.
I don't know what that is.
Basically, he's going to be unhinged. He's going to do his own thing.
So U.S. agent, even though it says U.S. agent, he's actually just some crazy person.
Yeah.
Not an agent for the U.S.
Nope.
He just says he is. I'm an agent. Like those people that's like, I don't remember. Never mind.
All right. And then we have Falcon going back and working on the boat. Bucky giving him some help.
Yeah.
Then Cap trains with the shield. Oh, then there was a good moment in there where him and Bucky, he's basically doing his counseling thing with Bucky too. I'm pretty sure I think it was Endgame. No, he got zapped out in Endgame.
Who did?
Falcon did, and Bucky did. No, it was what was it? I think in Civil War he was working. They actually showed him working as a military counselor for military personnel.
Falcon?
Which is a really cool aspect that I'm actually surprised that they have kept that going throughout here. Because like Steve Rogers, I think in Civil War he was basically dealing with the fact that he wasn't in the past anymore. You know what I mean? He wasn't in the 40s. You know, it's like, hey, you're in the modern day. And so I think he came to one of Falcon's grief counseling classes back in the day. But yeah, so that's an interesting point that he still kept up. What I was telling you is I think it was really funny that both of them were Captain Falcon's sidekick.
Yeah,
I mean Captain America. I keep saying Captain Falcon. Lord help us. Captain America. They were both Captain America's sidekick.
Yeah.
At one point. But so they've had some really good moments for me. And then we got the Wakandan suit
that we did not see.
A lot of people are speculating that's going to be just like his comic version. So it's going to have some of that silver and stuff on the top. It'll be interesting to see if they still keep him with the wings.
I'm still disappointed that he is supposed to be Captain America.
I'm not.
I wanted it to be Bucky. I really did.
I like the build up.
I mean, the reasoning that the original Captain America gave, I 100% agreed. So
what you mean?
All the reasons that the original, the black Captain America.
Oh yeah. So let's get into that. So they put, and I was actually surprised that they included Isaiah Bradley. His story came out a while ago, and I think one of my coworkers actually let me borrow his story a long time ago, a couple years ago. And I remember reading it, and I was just like, this is crazy that they did this, because they kind of tied it with, because, back in the day, in World War II, they used to actually experiment on black military personnel. Yeah. And I think that that's crazy that they did this kind of story and put it in there. And then on top of that, not only did they do the story, but they basically made him so bitter at the world because he was tortured
It wasn't
for
really the
30
world. It's more like the United States.
Yeah, well, yeah. But he was tortured for 30 years. And the juxtaposition is he literally did the same thing as Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
In the very first movie, there was a bunch of POWs that had been captured, prisoners of war that were captured. And they were like, we're going to get them. And there was all this red tape. And Cap basically took a bike and single-handedly freed all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the same thing happened with Isaiah. His people were captured. They're like, we're just going to bomb the place, just carpet bomb the place. And he's like, no, went in, defied orders, and snuck and got him. And they basically treated him the way that they did, which is crazy,
Yeah.
What your thoughts on it? I've talked a lot.
I mean, I just said what I said. I agree with the original Captain America that was rejected by America. That I think that Falcon is somewhat crazy to pick up the Captain shield.
Yeah.
I just think it's ridiculous. I think, one, it's not his own.
Well, it's not the government's own either.
No, but that's not what I mean. I'm just saying it's not his, like they're making, like they sat there and try to bring up another captain. Why does there need to be another Captain America?
Well, symbols are important because people look up to them, for certain standards.
Mm-hmm.
I think the way that if you actually listen to what Isaiah said, I think Sam heard him loud and clear. He said, the government is not going to let a black man be Captain America, and no self-respecting black man would take it. And let's be honest, the first time around, Sam did not take it.
Okay.
He gave the shield back.
Uh-huh.
This time, if you notice, he's not waiting for the government's permission. He's not letting them do any. He's taking the mantle on himself and just going out and being the man that he needs to be. And I can respect that more than him going to the government and asking permission, like, pretty please let me be the Captain America. Nah. And I think that he heard Isaiah's words and he found a way to do it in a way that makes sense.
I guess so. And I get that. But there also is that whole thing that still comes around on top of not just what Isaiah could go either way, but the fact that John Walker, the human being, could not do much as Captain America.
But, okay, first of all, I know it's really hard for you to think about it this way. Being superpowered is not the end all be all to being a superhero. That's the reason why Falcon has been able to do what he's been able to do and still be considered a hero. It's not just about the superpowers.
I think Falcon is just lucky because just like, what's his name? What was John Walker's sidekick's name? Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah. Poor
just
guy.
like him, that he got destroyed as a human being.
Demolished.
But the other humans, they just live forever. It's just ridiculous to me. I think they're just, it's unrealistic to me.
The thing is,
but I guess these movies aren't realistic. Sorry.
I mean, they are to a point, you know what I mean? But Falcon has the wings and he's always been able to like use them in particular ways to outsmart and to beat super strong opponents. I think don't expect him to take down somebody by himself.
I don't. That's why he got Bucky. They're just like Guardians of the Galaxy. They can't fight by themselves, so they have each other.
Bucky can fight by himself.
The problem
was his arm got disabled in that fight in the train yard.
Yeah, Bucky can fight certain things by himself, but I think even him just being powerful and fast, there's still limitations to that when depending on who he's fighting against. So,
yeah, So, we'll talk more next week. This episode really didn't do too much in terms of progressing the plot. It just was kind of like, hey, we're getting ready for the finale. Here's all the pieces set up.
We're building up. We're exercising.
The fact that they didn't even at least show me, I don't know, the captain. Is he really going to be Captain Falcon? That would be funny. Anyway.
Wouldn't that be funny? Because we've been calling him Captain Falcon forever,
Right.
like Captain Falcon.
They got to make the joke.
I mean, I don't know. I want to know if they're making a different Falcon, because Falcon gave his friend, what's that guy's name? Wesley or something?
I forget. In the comics, though, that character actually becomes the next Falcon.
So maybe he will.
Yeah, maybe. We're going to move on from Falcon and Winter Soldier. And we got a new board game.
We did?
We got Marvel United.
Oh, yeah.
Kickstarter came. We actually got it, I think, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago now. And we played it. We've only played it twice. We played it once with our daughter, and we played it once by ourselves. The first time we played against Red Skull, and the second time we played against Ultron.
And we lost both times.
It's actually a little harder than I thought it was. A lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
It's ridiculous. Did we only play with 2 superheroes, though, the last time?
We did, yeah. We just played just Wanda and Vision
I think we
against
did
Ultron.
4.
We'll see. We'll definitely try a game with 4.
But if we need 4, then that makes me feel like it's really not built for 2-player.
It is, though, because you
playing.
control 2 characters and I control 2 characters.
Yeah, but that's just I don't like juggling characters.
Yeah, it's not really juggling. Let's see. I do enjoy the gameplay. My favorite part about the card system is that the cards that I play affect the other heroes.
Sorta.
Oh, they affect them. You get to use the last card played by your friendly.
Yeah, just like one card. It's not like all your cards.
Yeah, you get to play. That's what I said. You get to play the most previous card.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like being able to combine cards and help each other is a really good part of the process.
Mm-hmm.
The villains seem very, very, very well fine-tuned. Now I got the Kickstarter, and I think I have Black Panther. I have the Infinity Gauntlet one. I have Spider-Verse. I think that's it.
He went insane.
And then they
There's
gave
so many boxes in our
that's just
board
and then they
games.
just gave me the all the Kickstarter exclusives, and there's so much.
It's just so much. It literally took up an entire cube or more.
Yeah.
On our shelves.
And I really want to get the X-Men one. You got Iceman. They put Iceman in. I was like, oh, he's top 3.
No.
It's literally Spider-Man, Hulk, Iceman, Nightcrawler.
It's an okay game. If you're a person who doesn't like competition, or you're not what's the word? Competitive, you would like this game, because you're not fighting against your friends or trying to win against someone else. You're working together to win the game.
Yeah, but I like that the difficulty is up more and it makes you think. Because I feel like if it was easier to win, I don't think I'd like it.
No, it would be boring.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I like it, because I'm like, oh, like we have to like legit work together, figure out how the superhero, though not the villains, we have to figure out how the villain works and what's the best plan of attack to take them down.
Yeah, and even though it's actually harder than most, what do you call it? Work together board games, cooperative board games. It's actually not that long. There's some cooperative board games that go on.
Yeah, I think each game is maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 30. None of them have been very long.
Yeah, and that was even playing like our first game, and we played with my daughter and just trying to help her. And she's like, okay, got it. I was like, all right. And she's 5 going on 6.
Yeah,
so.
she did really well for being a 5-year-old playing this kind of board game. So.
That can't read. So
can't read a lot.
Right. So that's what we've been co-oping together. Working title. Yeah. All right. So we have one. We have one main topic for you this week, and that's Xbox Week 2. So we're going to talk about 2 different parts of it. Ashley has not been playing it as much this week.
No. Not. I didn't.
Yeah, Xbox Series X and S Week 2. The first thing that I forgot about is that these games are backwards compatible.
Yes.
So there have been 2 games that I have really wanted to play for a very long time. And I'm being in the PlayStation ecosystem, I would have to basically jump through a ton of hoops to get them. And I found out, the games, by the way, are Final Fantasy 13 and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I found out that both of those games are backwards compatible. Went to one of my local game stores and just walked in, bought the games, went home, downloaded an update for both games, and then was playing the games. The only downside is that I can't play backwards compatibility games on Remote Connect. So I can't remotely play the games from my phone. But in terms of just being able to play them and see them in 1080p, they look beautiful. Like, I don't know what magic that they do to. Well, Knights of the Old Republic still runs in the old school. Though, it's a 4x3.
Chunky.
It is very chunky. It's an old school Xbox game, so it is a little chunky. But in terms of like just being able to play it, like it works, and it works very well.
Yeah, it does. Final Fantasy looks like it's almost a game from one of the newer systems,
Right? Final Fantasy 13 was one of those games that I do remember was like the first game that it would go from a cutscene directly into a boss fight, and the graphics would slightly noticeably change.
Yeah.
Like very slightly. You'd be like, oh, you're in. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
So it's both of those games have been fun. I've been having fun with the backwards compatibility, and we're gonna do a positivity sandwich here. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is we've been experiencing some issues with crashing and stuttering. I know Ashley started Fallout New Vegas, and it crashed on you like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, just like twice.
Yeah, and then we played Knights and Bikes, and that crashed on us.
And then I think even when we played Borderlands, it crashed.
Yeah, Borderlands, we had some weird crashes with that. So we don't know if it's game specific, or like we just downloaded 3 buggy games,
right?
Or if it's the Xboxes crashing. So I don't know what's up with that, but we have had some issues crashing. The other thing is, though, while we're doing this positivity sandwich, Remote Connect. So they have ability to play remotely. I tested it out yesterday while we were on our drive from the Netherrealm, trying to get vaccines and handle children and do all this other stuff. But yeah, so I tested it out for a little bit. It's reliable, pretty good. Hooked an Xbox controller up to my phone. It was literally like, the only downside is, here's the one thing I will say about Remote Connect. You have to set it up on your Xbox, then go to your phone while you're still at home, set it up on your Xbox again from your phone, and then you can stream the games and remote play with your Xbox.
Which is not a bad thing if
It's not.
You just read into the instructions.
But who's really reading it? Because on PlayStation, you actually just say, set it up for remote. I don't even think you have to link it in. I think it's just your primary one, and you just turn it on, and it's like remote play, and it's just up. I literally don't have to do anything. Like right now, if I wanted to, I could literally, because since we don't have PlayStations anymore, my dad's PlayStation is my primary. I could literally remote play on my dad's PlayStation right now, just doing it.
Can you do remote play like on a tablet?
Yeah.
Really?
Do it on anything.
Probably not my tablet.
Yeah, huh?
No, it's
well, I
Amazon.
don't know if they have the Xbox on that.
That would be kind of cool.
But
then
yeah,
I would
if they
play
have-
it. That's like having a Switch.
If they have the Xbox app, you can play it. You can remote
That's
play.
why I need a Google tablet.
Don't tempt me.
I need a Google tablet.
Mother's Day and your birthday's coming up. I'll get it for you.
I'll sell that one, or I'll give it to you.
I don't want that tablet.
You need a new tablet.
First of all, I get a new tablet from T-Mobile every 2 to 3 years.
But that one is like in prime.
Nah,
it's better than the one you have.
I think they got a
Anyways,
Samsung. I think
Let's
they actually
stop having marital discussions on our podcast.
Right. So that's what we've been doing. Xbox Week 2. We like the Xbox. I think at this point, either you're gonna get it or you're not. Or if you want to get it, you're trying to find it. So.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's brought me back to when I originally had the first Xbox, and I don't know why. I just went into this realm of hating the Xbox because I fell in love with the PlayStation, and I was one of those people. I was just like, die Xbox.
You're such a toxic fangirl. That's why. You're just like, this is my thing, and nobody else can have it. I don't want nobody else to have fun. I'm like, okay. Sure, lady.
I don't want anyone else to have
you
fun.
Just said,
really?
Die Xbox.
Yes, because you play on the PlayStation, then you have fun on the PlayStation.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
I want everyone to have fun on the PlayStation.
All right, we're going to move on to a topic we haven't done in a minute. Last week in Nerd News.
Nerd News.
So last week, Nintendo had their Nindies. Here's the thing, y'all. I saw, normally the Nindies have been very Nintendo specific. Mm-hmm. And my biggest gripe is that a few of these big ones are coming to other platforms, like specifically Xbox. So like Chris Tales, I think there was another one that they had showed was coming out, and I was like, they did have some good announcements though, but I thought they had already announced the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah, I would say I was actually kind of excited about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle thing because I used to love playing that. I used to play it back in the day with my brother back on, what was it, Sega?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they announced this, I'm trying to see when, but I think it was in December? I can't remember when, but they announced this.
For other systems?
Ago. I don't know if it's coming to anything else, but yeah, it is. It's coming to PS4, Xbox, and Switch. So I think the announcement was that it was coming to Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Nintendo does that all the time because no one ever makes anything for Nintendo.
Oh, wait, hold on. So as of April 16th, the game had not been announced for other platforms. So what is wrong with Wikipedia?
I don't understand.
Wikipedia is all over the place.
You can't trust Wikipedia.
You can trust Wikipedia.
Not everything.
Yeah.
You just said they were all over the place.
Now I'm saying this particular one because it was like platforms, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows. I was like, but it was announced for Switch, which gave me the pause. Anyway, this game is coming to Switch.
Only?
As of right now, it doesn't matter. We have Switches.
I'm just curious.
I think it's funny that I have been able to get you into what are those things called? Beat 'em ups.
First of all, I played beat 'em ups when I was a kid.
Yeah, but lately you hadn't wanted to play any
because there wasn't any good ones that were playable.
Okay,
I did not enjoy them.
You got me there.
They were trash.
Because I know we're going to play Battletoads soon.
Battletoads is pretty funny.
I think the biggest announcement for me was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Not that. It was Ollie Ollie World. Mm-hmm. Ollie Ollie World coming out in winter of this year. I have played Ollie Ollie 1 and Ollie Ollie 2, and this time it looks to be like they're adding a story to it as well, as because they always have different paths, right? Mm-hmm. In all of the different Ollie Ollies, it's basically like high, mid, low, but I think in this one they have like, foreground, background, mid-ground path. It seems to be interesting.
Yeah,
and I'm excited to see what they do. Did you have a favorite from the indie showcase?
I think the one that piqued my interest the most besides the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was Road 96.
Oh, I forgot. I thought that was coming to Xbox though.
You thought it was coming there as well?
Yeah, I think that was the other one.
I mean, either way, it piqued my interest. I didn't know it was coming out. And it seemed really interesting because there's just so many different outcomes that they had. I mean, obviously there are other video games that have the whole you make this decision, it's gonna change here or change your entire path. Mm-hmm. But this one just seems like it has the most I've really seen in a lot of games that are like this.
Yeah, so maybe we saw this one at the Video Game Awards. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was at the Game Awards when it debuted.
Yeah.
So we had, sorry, you're so close to the mic. I was like, oh, she's in my ear, y'all. But yeah, so when I saw it, I was like, oh, this seems really, really cool. Mm-hmm. So I'm with you there. If they don't have co-op on it, I'll definitely watch you play it. But that was it for the Nindies. It was okay.
It was all right. I mean, okay.
Yeah. Actually, in other news, PS5 had a big update this week.
Oh, yeah?
Biggest thing that they did is they finally allowed people to store and play games off of external hard drives and SSDs.
Oh, look at that.
Microsoft came out of the gate with it. PlayStation didn't. Now, the thing is, for PlayStation 5 games, It's just like Xbox. You can't store them on external hard drives or SSDs. They have to be on the internal system memory. But for PS4 games and stuff like that, you can put them on the HD and SSD.
Okay. Is that the news you wanted to tell me?
This is just the news that we're sharing with everybody out there.
I thought there was a surprise for me.
No, there's not going to be a surprise for you every week.
No, you made it seem like there was a surprise upstairs.
I didn't say there was a surprise. I just
You're
said
I wanted to do this, but I want you to see what it is.
I just like to get your reaction live while we record.
There's no reaction for that.
Okay. All right. The last piece of news is Amazon cancels the Lord of the Rings MMORPG.
I just want you to know, when I read this, I just pictured the people at Amazon like, okay, we're going to get into this. We're going to make this happen. And then they started working on it and they're like, this was a bad idea, and just walked out the door.
Yeah, apparently the game, we pulled this from IGN. Apparently the game actually hadn't even gotten into production, and the contract negotiations actually what led to the game's cancellation.
Wow.
So they couldn't even get past the money aspect.
Wow.
So they shifted
It's
the
probably
team.
too much.
I know, right? So they shifted the team over to other projects, and I think it's crazy, man. Money talks in this world.
Especially with Amazon. They're always talking with money.
Yeah. So that brings us to just about the end of the episode. Now, I haven't said this in a couple episodes, but I'm going to make sure, and I put it down to make sure that I say this every week. We want to hear from you. We want to hear if you have any questions for us about what we've been doing, what we've been watching, what we have been seeing. We want to hear from you. We want to know, what you got going on. And that being said, I'm going to pull up. So Clank asks us, he said he bought Katana Zero as a gift for a friend, but he has not played it himself. If Ashley loves a good mystery, he must ask, has either of us played Return of the Obra Dinn?
Look at here, Clank.
Hold on, Clank. I'm gonna stop
No,
Ashley, and
don't
I'm gonna
stop
butt in
me.
front because
Don't stop
listen,
me.
we watched it because I think it was on one of the Nintendo Directs, and I was like, "Ooh, Ashley, this looks like your game." Ashley goes, "The graphics look stupid." And
I did not say that.
Okay, what'd you say then?
Why you make me sound so simple?
What'd you say?
I did
then?
not say that graphics look stupid. I just said I am not a fan of the graphics because like the dot art, my vision does weird things when it comes to like holes and dots and lots of them. It literally like irritates my brain. Okay. And I couldn't handle it. It was very dark, but because Clank suggested it, and then I also saw that it has a pretty high rating on Google.
All right.
I might try to get past the hurting of my eyes to play the game.
Okay. Let me see. Is it only on Switch or is it on Xbox? It is on Xbox. So you could play it on Xbox or you could play it on Switch.
I feel like I would prefer to play it on Xbox.
Get them achievements.
What does that do?
The achievements?
Yeah.
This is.
Do I get something?
No, they're not arbitrary internet points.
Oh, well, who cares?
I don't know. Care if you do, don't care if you don't. So, but that brings us to the end of another episode. Before we go, Ashley.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to tell the people?
I just would like to say, with my meekness, that I just want y'all to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for the next time our episode comes out. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Well, this has been another episode of the Jacob and Ashley Show.
The Ashley and Jacob Show.
We thank you so much for watching, and we hope that you
Have a great day. See ya. Do 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 do
Hit me again. Let me look at this.
Why did you come in? What?
What?
We're waiting for you. I was being the waiting song.